Good morning, student. Now we have completed chapter number 4, Plants, our green friends. And the topic which I explained you in this chapter are type of plants, root, parts of a plant, functions of roots, stem, function of stem, leaf, function of leaf, flower, fruits and seeds, and what is germination. So all these topic I explained you in this chapter, and I hope you all are able to understand. So today student, in my today video I will explain you books exercises and question answer of chapter number 4. Open page number 22. Open page number 22. Now student, first A question is, tick the correct answer. Question number 1. The lungs of the planet are option A, C, animals, option B, plants, option C, factories. So student, in the beginning of the chapter I told you what is known as the lungs of our planet. So sea animals, they are the lungs of our planet. No, this answer is wrong. Factories are lungs of our planet. No, this answer is also wrong. So right answer is option number B, plants. Now student, let's discuss why plants are known as the lungs of the planet. In the beginning of the chapter I told you student, plants are very important in our life, for human being also and for animals also, because reason is that our living gas is oxygen. Without oxygen, life of human beings and animal is not possible. We breathe oxygen and oxygen is our living gas. Life is not possible on the planet without oxygen. Now the question arises student, from where we are getting this oxygen? We are getting this oxygen from the plants. Plant give us oxygen. That is the reason the lungs of the planet are option number B, plants. This is the right answer. Now question number 2. Plants which have hard and thick stem and which grow tall are, I repeat the question, plants which have a hard and thick stem and which grow tall or dash, shrubs. Option number A. Option number B, herbs. Option number C, trees. So student, when I explain you that we can study plant into 5 categories, that are trees, shrubs, climbers, creepers, herbs. These are the 5 parts in which plants are divided. So one by one let discuss. Plants that are lower than trees and often have branches near the ground. That type of plants are known as shrubs, and their example are rose, henna, etc. What are herbs? Plant with soft and weak stem are called it herbs. Example, fenugreek and coriander. What are climbers? Plants with very weak stem that need support to grow are called it climbers. What are trees? Plants that grow tall and big. Plants that grow tall and big and have a hard thick stem, and they are known as trees. Example, mango tree, neem tree, etc. So our question is plant which have hard and thick stem which grow tall. So option number A, shrubs. They are tall plants. No. So this answer is wrong. Herbs are tall plants. They have hard stem. No. This is also a wrong answer. Option number C, trees. Yes. Trees are tall plants and they have hard stem. So option number C, tree, is the right answer. Now question number 3. Fenugreek and coriander are the examples of shrubs. Option B, herbs. Option C, trees. So when I am explaining you question number 2, then I explain you what are shrubs, what are herbs, and which plant we say this is a tree. So fenugreek and coriander are the example of which type of a plant? Are they shrubs? No. Are they trees? No, because they are not tall. So the right answer is option number B, herbs. They are the plant with soft and weak stem, and they also have very short life. So option number B, herb, is the right answer. Now question number 4. It is a form of root. It store food. It is a form of root. It stores food. Wheat, potato, turnip. So wheat. See student, wheat is a edible seed. Wheat is a edible seed. I told you student, there are some plants we eat the seeds of some plants. And did you know, I explained you that student, we eat the seeds of some plants, and such plants in which we eat the seeds of that plants are known as edible. That plants are called edible seeds. So student, wheat is a example of edible seed. Wheat is the example of a edible seeds. We eat seed of plants such as wheat, gram, rice. So students, such seeds are called edible seed. So option number A, wheat. So what is wheat? Wheat is a edible seed. So this is not a right answer. Second option is potato. When I explain you the function of a stem, at that time I explain you student, stem of some plants are thick. Stems of some plants are thick because they store extra food prepared by the plant. And what is potato? Potato is a part of the stem. So answer number B, potato is a right answer. No, potato is not a right answer. Option number C, turnip. When I am explaining you the function of roots, at that time, student, I explain you some roots are swollen and thick. These store food. That is the reason their roots are swollen and thick. So turnip is a root. So turnip is the right answer. It is a form of a root. It stores food. So option number A, wheat, it is not a right answer. Option number B, potato, it is not a right answer. Option number C, turnip. Yes, this is your right answer. Now option number B, write one word for the following. Part of a plant below the ground. Part of the plant below the ground. So student, when I explained you about plant, at that time I explained you that a plant can be divided into two parts. In how many parts the plant can be divided? In two parts, the root and the shoot. And what is the difference between root and shoot? The part of the plant that grows. Listen it. The part of the plant that grows below the ground is called it the root. And the part of the plant that grows above the ground is called it the shoot. So your question is part of the plant below the ground. Now tell the right answer. Which part is this? Yes, your answer is right. Part of a plant below the ground is root. Next, the thick and strong stem of big trees. So student, when I explain you types of a plants, all the plants have stem. Is it clear? All the plants have stem. And types of plants, we divide them into 5 categories. Trees, herb, shrubs, climbers and creepers. So the common thing in all the plant is that they all have stem. But the plants which have thick and strong stem and they are very tall and we say them trees. So that stem is known as, in a big trees, that stem is known as trunk. That stem is known as trunk. So stem of the big tree is known as trunk. Trunk is the right answer. Question number 3. Several lines that run across the leaves. Several lines that run across the leaves. So student, when I explain you what? The structure of a leaf, at that time I explain you. Observe carefully. You will see there are pattern of lines in the leaf, and the thickest line in the middle of the leaf is called it midrib. And with this main midrib, you will observe number of side veins branch out from the main vein. Is it clear? When you see the structure of a leaf, you will see a pattern in the leaves, or in the middle there are lines, and middle line of the leaf is known as midrib, or you can say mid-vein, and number of side veins branch out from the main vein. So, student, the several lines that run across the leaves are known as veins. The several lines that run across the leaves are known as veins. Fourth question, the flat part of the leaf. So student, when I explain you the structure of the leaf, the flat part of the leaf is known as leaf blade, or you can also say lamina. Both the answers are right. The flat part of the leaf is known as leaf blade or lamina. Now student, let's discuss short answers to the following question. Question number C. Give short answers to the following questions. Name the two main parts of plant. So student, question is name the two main parts of plant. So when I explain you student parts of a plant, at that time I told you a plant can be divided into two parts, the root and the shoot. The part of the plant that grows below the ground is called it the root. And what is the color of the root? White. What is the color of the root? White. And the part of the plant that grows above the ground is called it the shoot. And what other parts you will observe in this shoot? Other part that you observe in the shoot are stems, branches, leaves, buds, flowers and fruits. So name the two main parts of plant. In this question you don't have to give a full explanation of the parts of the plant. In the question it is asked, just write the two main parts of a plant. So the two main parts of a plant are root and shoot. The two main parts of a plant are root and shoot. Question number 2. Name two different types of roots. Question number 2. Name two different types of root. So, student, there are two main types of roots, taproot and fibrous root. What is a taproot? In taproot, we have one main root and many small roots grow from the main root. What happens in the taproot? Taproot is the main root and it grows from the end of the stem, and many small roots grow from the main root. For example, you can see taproot in beetroot, carrot, radish, etc. And what are fibrous root? It consists of many roots that grow from the end of the stem, and they have bushy and they are bushy in appearance. Fibrous root, it consists of many roots that grow from the end of the stem, which are bushy in appearance. An example of taproot are wheat, rice, etc. So student, this is the full explanation which I tell you that about tap roots and fibrous root. But in your question, you don't have to write the definition of a tap root or fibrous root. The question is name two different types of root. So you will write two different types of roots are tap root and fibrous root. I explain you, I give the explanation of tap root and fibrous root. Reason is that for your better understanding. But in the question it is asked name two different types of root. So your answer is two different types of roots are tap root and fibrous root. Now next question. Why are green leaves called it the kitchen of the plant? Next question is why are green leaves called it the kitchen of the plant? So student, when I give you the explanation of function of leaf, the most important function of the leaf is that leaf is also known as the kitchen or the food factory of the plant, because leaf prepare their own food. Because the green pigment present in the leaf, that is known as chlorophyll, and in the presence of a sunlight, air, water, they prepare their own food, and this whole process is called photosynthesis. This thing I explained you in detail when I am explaining you the function of leaf. The process by which green plants, or in plants which part prepare the food, that part is your green leaves. That is the reason green leaves are known as the kitchen of the plant. So the process by which green plant make their own food in the presence of sunlight, water, carbon dioxide is called photosynthesis. Is it clear? So the part of the plant which prepare the food, that is your leaves. Next question student. Give two example of edible seeds. Good. See student, in did you know I explained you that we eat seeds of plants. We eat seeds of some plants. Such seeds are called edible seeds. Such seeds are called edible seeds. So in this question you have to give two example of edible seeds. So you can write two example of edible seeds are wheat, rice, etc. Now question number D. Answer the following question. Write the difference between a climber and creeper with the help of example. So student, even when I give you the explanation of the chapter, at that time I explain you what are climbers. Stem of some plants are very thin and weak. They are so thin that they cannot stand straight. They need support to grow. So they climb on other trees, on a wall or stick. Usually the stem has a small hook, or you can say tendrils, which bind around the support as they climb on others. They are called Climbers. Example, money plant, grapevine, etc. And what are creepers? There are some plant which have thin and weak stem. They cannot bear the heavy weight of the fruit and vegetable that grow on them. So instead of climbing, they creep on the ground surface and spread over the long distance. As they creep on the ground, so they are called creepers. This is the full explanation I have given you when I teach creepers. Example is pumpkin. Next, another one is write difference between a taproot and fibrous root with the help of an example each. Just now, in question number, short question, name two different types of root. In this question, I give you the full explanation. What is a taproot with example and what is a fibrous root with example. So, you write taproot and the definition of a taproot, then you will write fibrous root and the definition of a fibrous root with example. That is the difference between a taproot and fibrous root. Now question number 3. Write any 3 functions of a stem. So, function of a stem, you can write, student, which I have already discussed with you when I explained you the function of a stems. First function is it keeps the plant upright and straight. How? Because root support the plant. It keeps the plant upright and straight because root support the plant. Root bind the soil. Is it clear? And another function of the stem is it carries water to the leaves. It carries water to the leaves because root absorb water and mineral from the soil, and after that root pass this water and mineral to the stem, and all other parts are attached to this. So it carries water to the leaves and other parts of the plant. Third point, it also carries the food made by the leaves to different parts. This is one of the most important function of the stem, is that which part of the plant prepare the food, that is leaves. That is the reason leaves are known as the kitchen of the plant. So one of the most important function of the stem is that it also carries the food made by the leaves to different parts of the plant. So these are the function of a stem. Now student, question number 4. What is germination? Explain with the help of a diagram. So student, the process by which a seed grows into a new plant. The process by which a seed grows into a new plant is called germination. And do you know, student, how the germination is possible? The seed grows only when it gets air, water, warmth. These are the conditions required for the germination of for the new plant to germinate. So the process by which a seed grows in a new plant is called germination. And on page number 21, this process, as the process of germination of a seed, is shown in the diagram on page number 21. So what is germination? You write in, and after that you make the diagram of a germination of a seed. So student, I hope you all are able to understand all the topics which I have covered in this chapter, the book exercises and the question answer of the chapter. Thank you student.